Hey there, I'm JP and welcome to Dutchland. And for today's episode I have fantastic news. But before doing that, I just want to say for today I have an amazing project that we are going to do onto this island right down here. We're actually going to work on the origin of this island, and I got a couple of other ideas that I would like to explain to you. Now maybe you have seen it already, but I have managed to fix the river and to understand how it kinda works. Now the thing here is I have got a mod which you can mess around with the water, which is this stuff right down here. And this red thing will give seasonal changes. Basically that means that if snow will fall and then at some point it will melt, this spawner down here will calculate all of that snow and then gives water. Now the problem here is it never snows down here, so the game will never give water. So long story short, it never was the problem of these water facilities that I moved up to right down here that suck up too much water, but the problem was I don't have any snow. So the way how I got this fixed, which it explains it all down here, the problem is I thought I needed to go to the options, to the gameplay, and then turn it off right down here, which is not the case. At some point I did figure out, maybe I should take a little look at the mod list. Maybe there are some options, and indeed it says water features. Down here, seasonal streams. Now you can't just turn it off. I just leave it on and just turn off the seasonal stuff and only have the constant flow rate on 100%. And here it also says simulate snow melt. It is turned off. So with other words being said, this water spawner right down here is now giving continuous flow of water, which means that the river right now is fixed. You can see, it's getting pretty high. I will need to change some stuff here and there, but I need to let the game, do its thing. Let it just get its final form and then just decide, okay, it's too much, it's too less. But I do believe right now it is kinda / is settled down. I had to remove some trees, but this is fantastic news, right? Got it fixed. Now I also have another problem, which I'm not 100% sure just yet if I fixed it or not. That is that I noticed at some point by these rocks that the ocean slowly was draining. The problem was when I started to mess around with this stuff here, adding it, removing it, right down here, you can see there is an extra spawner here. This is actually the ocean spawner. I actually removed this thing once by accident, and then I was like, okay, you know what? Let me just place this here at the edge, which I cannot do right now. I can, however, place it here. So if you take the, or maybe I can. If you take the ocean spawner, right? The way how it works, you need to right click, which that is one thing I understand. For example, I want to have the ocean water at a height of 598. You right click to accept that height, and then you need to place this within the borders of the map, which you can see when I move it in the map. You cannot place it, and I was like, how on earth did the developers ever manage to place this thing here? Well, apparently you just first place it down, then you extend the radius. I believe it's this one. Now this is the mover. You expand the radius first with that thing, right? You can go to 11,000 something, 10,000 in this case. I'm not sure why. Yeah, and then you can grab this one and move it to the middle of the map. So that is how they did it. Now the only problem was before I tried to record this game, and I actually completely ruined it because I don't understand the ocean spawner just yet. So I placed basically an ocean spawner at each corner, and as I was going with the episodes, this freaking land here and here and here started to flood, and I tried to change it, and then typical JB, at some point I was getting pissed off. So I had to restart this. I had to go to the City Skylines Discord, ask a question which I still don't have any answer on. And I know, people cannot always answer it right away. And yes, I know not everyone is messing around with these mods, and not everyone does know all of these mods, right? So the reason, or the way how I solved the ocean problem is by going to the main menu and load up this map again. to see, you know, what was going on with these spawners. And then I noticed, yeah, indeed, they placed it in the middle, so I start messing around, and then I could move it back. So hopefully, right now, things will slowly but surely fix, which I'm basically talking about, is that the height of the ocean will slowly fill up, because having the oceans at the corner of the map, for some reason, doesn't fill this up. So now, I just placed it like 10-15 minutes ago. I placed it to the middle, and then hopefully right now it's going to maintain the stuff slowly but surely, and it will fix back to where we were at, you know, before I started messing around with these freaking water spawners. Anyways, my plan for today, right? I said I had a incredibly fantastic idea. So the first things first, I'm going to unlock these tiles for now, because I need, I guess, a lot more money. Oh, I can do it like this. We want to recreate the origin of this island, because every place starts with an origin, and from this origin the city grows. Now, I already had in mind that this part of the city and this part of the city are basically two different cities. You can find some places around the world. For example, here in the Netherlands you have Amsterdam, and you have another city which maybe I should let Google try it.
Zandam.
Okay, well, if that is what it's called in English. But anyways, these two cities have grown towards each other, and they basically honking at a border. Now, in this case, our border is this river, but it's fine, right? We can have two different cities, and this origin down here has been, well, made later on, and is a part of this city down here. But this was a existing island. This is just swamp area, not suitable for building. It's flooded and whatnot, which in this case it is difficult to show you guys, because, you know, this whole messing around with water it's really bad. Okay, so the origin story of this place down here. There was like a very, very rich family, and this rich family actually went to this island down here. Has legitimately bought the whole island, and then they were super rich, and they also managed to bring some other people, like local people. They're saying to them, you know what, if you guys want to have a job, we have something fantastic for you. So long story short, this family claimed this island, right? And what this family wanted was a castle in the middle of the island. So what we are going to do is we are going to dig a piece of ground out. Things will, you know, be shaped up. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna type in castle, and this game is gonna give us a fantastic castle. Now we have this thing, which doesn't really look like a castle though. We have castle ruins with those trees, which these trees can be full grown at some point and will completely cover this up. Gladly, we have a tool, right? So I'm just going to show it for the people who doesn't know. If you take this tool, and I believe you need to take this thing, you can just remove all the trees, so stuff, you know, isn't going to be too much overgrown. Now in this case, I don't want to use this thing. I want to use this guy. Look at this fantastic piece of castle, right? And this castle is going to be the center of the whole city. Everything will be filled up with buildings and stuff, but I want to recreate some kind of a New York City kind of city center, right? That is, I think, would be cool for this island. Place this guy, then we're going to grab this shovel thing, we're going to do increased add, right? We're going to right click here and left click here. Now this is a little bit too much, but like I said, we're going to shape stuff up. We're going to use the move it tool. We're going to click on this guy, and in this case we're going to go to terrain height, and then it's plopped onto the height. So I'm just first going to shape this up roughly. We need to keep in mind there is a little bit of a hill thing going on. Alright, something like this for now. Then we need to get to the other side, right? So we're going to click here, and then just roughly go down there. Now I find the water a little bit too much, so we're just also going to decrease the amount of water. So let's say going to keep it like this, and then we're going to make the final form of the canal to say. So I'm going to click here once again. Then I'm just gonna hug this island down here with this tool, something like this, and you know, I think that is fine. So now what we're going to do, we're going to smoothen things up just a little bit. So I'm just going to take care that the purple stuff is hitting the ocean border. Just slowly but surely going to touch it and just let the game, you know, do its thing. I'm going to do a drastic thing. I'm going to take care that we can have at least a bridge, right? I just wanna, I think this would be fine. I'm going to click it here. And then, like I said, drastically, just this. So then now, I'm going to take this guy. I'm gonna turn everything off. And I'm going to aim this /is out. I'm going to start, let's say, right down here. Gonna roughly do it here. I mean, this is not made for cars to go up. Yeah, okay, I see what's going on. Just gonna click this, hopefully that will fix it. And the edge of the road, oh, I am loving it. Okay, so now that is done, we're going to fix it until, let's say for now, right down here. And so we have now a bridge. Beautiful, right? Click this water tool, and this tool is very simple. All right, every water tool works well except for this one, I believe, or maybe it does. Every water tool, basically, if you right click on a land height, in this case I want to have the land height right down here before it touches that. So I click right click here, so now it knows, yo, don't go higher than that, which it also shows it down here, by the way. You just place it anywhere in here. And then it starts doing its water. And this thing will get to the height eventually. Because if the water rises, it will rise also the spawner. And once it reaches the height that you selected, it will stop going higher. And all the water that will be extra to come out, which is too much, it will be drained. It's basically, it is a little bit the same idea like City Skylines 1. You also had this kind of thing, except that the spawner wouldn't move up or down. And then so it is all filled up. Yes, the edges are not like super duper nice. I'm not sure. Sometimes it seems like the game takes a bit of time before it really like calculates, you know, what's going on, what needs to be sand and what needs to be grass. It's okay. Maybe even if you restart the game, it will, you know, instant calculate it. But as you can see, the flow is now, you know, it has settled. There's no more strong flow going on. That means everything is filled up to the height that you want it to be. All right, fantastic. Now we can tree it up. Anarchy turned off, or else it's going to look funky. And Anarchy turned on, and just lay some trees with the hand. You know what? That looks pretty nice. Yeah, of course, if you have any feedback what I could be doing to make it even more nicer, then you can always let me know down below in the comment section. Alright, so now that is done, right? And we also going to need to create the rest of the origin of this place. So I'm just going to start off with small roading. I made it a little bit more perfect. Each side down here and each corner now is just, you know, an eye pleasure to say. And I came up with something. So in this case, we are going to make the roads a bit wider, and I'm going to close off this area. We're going to kind of make it look like a well, it basically is a kingdom, right? I'm gonna make this look like a closed off piece. And basically this is open for public, and I wanna create like tiny little pathways going here and there. For now I'm just going to do this because our focus for now is on this area. So what I would like to do here is create a couple parking lots. Might be perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna place one down here and one down here. All right, it makes sense. There will be some signs saying yo left and yo right, and I am going to remove this ridiculous, ginormous freaking light poles, because I don't like that. Just do it like that. And then we're going to need to make the entrance look nice. Now I want to keep this like the way it is, right? Oh yeah, they're gonna complain at some point. Okay, let's keep it on this. It's okay. We can do work with that stuff. This is gonna be like a long main road towards this thing. And then for now, just to make the game stop complain, I'm just going to make like a little side road here. Now I wanted to see if I had like a very high fence, which in this case might be a chance that it is not. Like, you know, ooh, yeah, oh, okay. Yeah, okay, let's let's check out a little further. Okay, this actually doesn't look too bad at all. But I'm gonna guess. Yeah, I was already afraid for that. It's okay. And the reason why I'm saying it's okay is because I only have to have 4 sides for now. This is a different one. Same, but there isn't too many variations of it, so yeah, beautiful. Once again, keep in mind sky view, right? Sky view, it is very easy to think, oh, this is a tiny little fence. This is definitely going to be fantastic. Definitely. Okay, so we now created this beautiful centerpiece of our city. And yes, I placed this cemetery down here last time because I was being a little sarcastic. Yeah, but I think we need to give it a new spot, right? And I think it would fit perfect, you know, along with the castle, the people that lived here for a very long time. So we're gonna pick this guy up, going to replace, and this will be the final thing for cemetery. I think this is fantastic. Fits well together. Now, like I've been saying before, roads are small, roads will grow later on, so there were like a couple of houses here back in the days that, you know, don't exist anymore, just residential housing. And now we're going to keep in mind that we change this into a city center. So, however, I am going to make use of the wider road to get into, let's say, a neighborhood, like right down there, and then we can basically create these roads, get something fun out of it. Okay, so this is the road layout for right now. I'm not really sure what I'm planning for the future in order to reduce traffic here and there just yet. We will just see things along the way, and if we have to change something, we're just gonna change something. Okay, but for right now, this is the city square for this area. It's gonna be a small, cozy, tiny little deal, and I would actually like to show you something because I was wondering this at some point, and I just figured it out. So I want to place down some buildings, right? And at this moment the search is empty. That's basically because there is filters and sorting, and I pressed the number 1. So what we can do with this, which it would be handy if the road is actually showing, right? Okay, now it does. Maybe there's something here, grid with no text. Oh. You know, I'm figuring all kinds of stuff out right now. This is fantastic. Oh, holy moly, man, these options. I wish I knew that earlier. Yeah, so, oh, damn. Okay, so what I wanted to say is we got like certain blocks, right? And I think we need something that is a 2x2. So we could do this and then get a 2x2 building, which in this case, I think this is like a corner building. And that is just fantastic. Now I'm going to have another corner building right down here, which I would say this, but there's like a little pathway near it, which I do not really like. I don't mind as long as the pathway building, come on, select it, thank you, would be, no, there isn't. This way? Yeah, okay. Yeah. yeah. Okay, so that is perfect, and now I should actually right away be doing this the other way around too. Let me see here. It's actually fantastic. I believe it's this one, right? Yeah, pathway on both sides on the other side, which is very good. So now we can have something between it. Now this is very, well, a little bit too large. The building level, yeah, that doesn't really show it. It might have been like building height or something. You know, to be real honest, I need to look more at certain options because man, this saved me so much time messing around with all of these buildings, not knowing or partly knowing what the sizes are. Because if you need to look every time to what the sizes are, which I did in the other part of town, for example, right out here where I needed like a length of 4 with the depth, I've been messing around so much trying to check which one will fit in and which one doesn't fit in. And this, oh man, it's so super handy. I've been putting it on 2, and then at some point I discovered, okay, we're gonna also have a width of 3. And on this way, I've been filling in the blank super duper fast, and I am really loving it how it looks so far. Now I would like to create this kind of stuff a little bit around the area. Maybe here in the back we're going to start building the largest skyscrapers already. But I'm going to think very well and also very careful. Because it's often also very easy to forget that certain things, well, need to be put in before anything else. And I'm basically talking about, and this is something that I want to do in the next episode, the train. We need to connect the train up this island and have the train, you know, go around like this and connect it back up. So we're going to need to make or either a tunnel towards this, or we're going to make the train track go here first, split it up to where it needs to be on this island and wherever, and then have it like on a bridge go this way, have it go loop around, and then on this same go back again. Yeah, but that's something of course for another time. I would just like to show you around what I did. And basically I tried to keep a front main road like this, and then attach like a back alley road. So all of these buildings are connected to the front main road, and then an alley here, you know, where trucks come, where they need to deliver goodies on the back, town square, little parking lots. And also down here, I kind of tried to create the same, oh, what is going on down here? Burned down, okay, well, why is this building gone? It also burned down? What is this? Yeah, honest, I had like an issue down here because as you can see, this building doesn't really fit in here, and then this building will be gone. I should have turned Anarchy on, and I can place a building in here. So yeah, that's a bit of an issue. These buildings really touching each other's butt in here. Yeah, I hope it doesn't go wrong as it did with whatever happened here. Yeah, but one entrance right down here ends up here, and then it goes here. This is the end. I have a little alley behind here, and then from this point I have a little alley down here, and it makes it super duper realistic. I freaking love it. And then of course this ginormous cemetery right in here. Now I'm going to keep in mind also to add in hospital, police station, fire station. At some point we're going to add in these kind of buildings, these ones, like a welfare office, city hall, all that good stuff, central bank. And we have plenty of space to make this really into a dense city center. And I'm going to need to think very well, what am I going to do? Where is going to be the on and off ramp? I think I want to have at least 3 on and off ramps. One down here, one down here, and then one down here before you get out again. Maybe gonna make a tunnel system. Could be done here. Have a tunnel go here if possible. Then have a tunnel go here if possible. Well, right now it is still possible, but you get the deal here. Things are getting really tight, and yes, I have some space here for a road, and I might need to upgrade this road. But there's so much possibilities. I absolutely start loving playing around with this. A lot of traffic accidents. Yeah, the traffic down here is super duper 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 busy, and yeah. So we have this, which is called Mill Field, and what I think I should be doing here is call this City 1A, right? This will be called City 1B because this city name will be the same, but we're just gonna call this north and this east. Just saying something. And I'm just going to need to see how far are we going to do this. And how much of this are we going to use. And then this will be called City 2. So we need to choose city names. If you know a nice name for City 1 or City 2, let me know down below in the comment section. And then, yeah, next episode is going to be pretty big if it's about roading and public transport. And of course, before I forget, I actually place a dog park out here with some parking spots. So I hope at some point this is going to be used. I also created like little side paths for, you know, coming from the back entrance. So people want to have like a little, you know, nice time with